All right, let's see what we can do with another challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? Carolyn? Carolyn Herron, is that right, ma'am? Is it Miss or Mrs. Herron? Miss Herron, and where are you from?
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois. It's nice. You should have at least a few relatives in the house when it's a big city, Chicago. Well, it's nice. Don't be at all scared, because nothing can happen here except the scenery falls down once in a while. Miss Herron, may I present the panel? Miss Herron, will you join me over here, please? Miss Herron, do you know how we keep score on what's going on? Well, then, if you know how we keep score, all I have to do is try to remember what we do next, something I didn't do last week. Now, what is it we do next? Oh, yes, we'll let the folks at home and our friends in the audience know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. We will tell you that Miss Herron is salaried. And let's begin the general questioning with Bennett, sir.
Miss Herron, don't be scared of Daly. He's all right. Miss Herron, is there a product involved with what you do?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you work for a non-profit organization, Miss Herron?
Yes.
A non-profit organization?
No, I don't.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Booth.
Am I correct in assuming, then, that you deal in a service of some kind?
Yes, sir.
Do you perform the service for both men and women?
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting for my laugh interpreter on my right to tell me what that means. Do the men and women for whom you perform this service come to you?
No.
Let me have a small consultation.
Naturally.
Dick, we want to be fair. I would say here that while the answer is fundamentally correct in terms of the service that is provided, it would be fair to assume that initially some contact has to be made, and that contact would be made by the people who wish the service. So to that degree, we'll give you a qualified yes.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly am much more confused than I was before you started that, but I accept the yes gratefully.
You should have seen him the night on front page when I pushed a pie in his face.
But at least I had something left to eat. I'm sitting here with egg now, and I can't reach it. I didn't hear it. Do the people... Now, you perform services for people who may possibly come to you. Ordinarily, they do not. Do you touch these people in performing your service?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss White.
Miss Herron, am I correct in assuming that you have nothing to do with birds?
Yes, you're correct in assuming I have nothing to do.
In other words, if someone calls you up and I'm not saying this is exactly, but someone who makes the contact and makes an appointment for your service, then you could go to them. Am I correct in assuming that? And when you went to them, would you work indoors or outdoors? Would you work indoors?
Yes, I would work.
Would you go to these people's homes?
Yes, I would.
Do you bring anything with you when you go to their homes?
Yes, I would.
Do you wear anything other than your ordinary street clothes while you're performing this service?
Other than yes.
And we have established that you do not touch the people in any way. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
And that's not easy. Is this in a capacity of advisor in any way?
I would think we would have to agree there's some element of counsel involved in terms of at least a counseling as to the degree and nature of service that has to be delivered, wouldn't you say?
Right, yes.
Is this, in any sense, an analysis of any kind?
Well, we'd have to do a little analyzing if we were going to give any advice. At least we feel that we have to, you know.
Do you deal with married people more than you deal with single people?
I think it would be fair to say that in normal terms, Miss Herron would deal with more married people than single people. Yes.
Well, if she has nothing to do with birds, does she have anything to do with babies?
No.
4 down and 6 to go,
checking.
Mr. Cerf.
Miss Herron, when you go to these people's houses, do you fix something? I don't mean the way you fix it. TV
Well, let me
program.
say this. I will, with Miss Herron's permission, consider that you're using the verb fix here colloquially in the...
I'm meaning repair or do something like it might be done by a plumber or a carpenter.
Oh, well, fine. Now that you've explained
Now
it,
that I
that makes
have
it
it now,
much
I get
easier
my
to give
no.
you a no. Thank you very much. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Is what you wear something that is so recognizable that if I saw you in it, I would know the job that you do?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Boone.
Would you say that your work is mechanical, that mechanics are involved?
Sometimes I wish I'd gone to law school. Dick, I think once again I have to say to you that we must admit that there are certain instruments which might be described as necessary and reasonable for use here that would have a mechanical character to them, yes.
Could we have a contest?
You may have one 30-second contest.
Maybe she does something like plumbing or painting.
No, he eliminated...
And a piano,
I was out across the street thinking.
a piano tuner or something like that would be for single people, too, though.
Yeah, but more with married people who have homes and pianos.
I'm sorry, the conference was absolutely uncalled for. I made a terrible gaffe.
All right, Richard.
Really? Now that she's eliminated all the possibilities, pass.
You passed. Good.
I wish I could pass to her.
I'm not going to watch your show anymore. Do you have a tool chest, a tool kit when you go to when you go to these people's homes? Do you carry anything like that?
Specifically a tool chest or a tool kit?
Instrument, for example, only as an example, like a piano tuner might.
Like carry a piano, yes. I see. If this is supposed to be symbolic of something to work with, we'll give you a yes.
Would it help me to know what room you generally work in when you go to these people's homes?
Would it help you to know what room? I don't think so. That makes it 7 down and 3 to go. I'm going to give you 1 more minute, Mr. Sirs.
Do you dispose of something when you're in the house, Miss Herron? Is something put out of the house?
Yes.
Would it be something that might be, at least have been recently alive?
Yes.
Is it something that when it is alive is reasonably objectionable to the people in whose house it would be found?
Yes.
Would it be some kind of vermin?
Yes.
Well, are you a lady exterminator?
Yes! Well, congratulations, Bennett. Actually, Miss Herron is with the Garfield Sanitation Service, and she works at it real hard and works as her dad's assistant, don't you? But you know, we had so much fun. We'll flip the rest of those anyway, and thank you for being our guest. We had a grand time having you with us. Did you say good night? We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor.